Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today in this video we're going to be reviewing two new Piston Cup racers for the diecast diecast line. Those being Eugene Cup Cars 1 Tanko Piston Cup Racer and Ryan Shields of Eugene Piston Cup Racer. That's sponsored by Eugene. Now there are two ways how I got these two. One, I got Ryan Shields during my summer vacation, and I got Eugene Kabareski at Frankenstein's Collectible Toys show store. It was literally there because I couldn't find Eugene Kabareski in any Target stores because the case that he was in didn't have it yet. But luckily, Frankenstein Collectibles got it really early. And before we get into this boxes, I have 3 more car toys I want to unbox. So stick around to the end for that. Now these two cars are factory customs from eBay. Because you might notice on Eugene the spoiler is pink. And we'll get to that later when I do into the China one. Now let's go ahead and unbox these two racers. Now be warned, I did sort of open the box for Ryan Shields, but that's just because I wanted to see how good he is, like when he rolls. When I play with him. Well, here these two are out of their package and they're looking really good. I honestly gotta wrap these two because I didn't like how I got these two before because they didn't look right to me, especially with him right here. But I'm glad Mattel decided to release these two. Him once in China and then this one again. Now let's go ahead and review these two racers. Now first we're gonna start with Ryan Shields because you guys know that in 2019 or 2020 he was released in Thailand, but only as Mattel release. Now look at these two. This one right here with this kind of shade of blue is a lot darker. While this one on the the Thailand one, it looks just like it's just covering up the rest of it. Because if you look on the card art for him right here, there's still like some sort of blue or navy blue. Now look at the mustache grill on him. This one on the Thailand one looks a little bit more smaller, whereas for the China one, it looks a lot more bigger. And you can see there's no island on the bumper stickers on the Thailand one of Ryan Shields. Now looking at the size of him, this kind of shade of green or naive green is a lot more bigger than on the China one, where this one on the China one looks a little bit more smaller. Now look at the sponsors on him. This one on the China one looks a little bit more clear than on the Thailand one because we know that a lot of people have been complaining about how grainy the sponsors on the Piston Cup racers have been. But luckily in 2026, we're gonna get the cars back from China, but they're still gonna have grainy decals on them, as you might see on some reviews on YouTube. Now look at the wheels; they're a little bit more darker on the China one than on the Thailand one. Now you can see the windows on the Thailand one are not clear to see, whereas for the China one. Now of course you have some more outlining on the Thailand one with the iPlay than on the China one. Even on the top of the roof, it looks a little bit more brighter than on the China one. the factory custom. The back window is a little bit more grainy. But I like how it has 3 window lines right here that are a little bit more brighter. Because I like when things are brighter. Because I don't like dark too much. Now as you can see, it says using corrective windshields. Now this one, on the Thailand one, is more brighter than on the China one. Now you can see when he was made. It was made on the 186 to 2000, maybe 24. So that's it for the review of Ryan Shields. Now we're gonna go ahead. Now here's Eugene Kabarovsky. This one on the right is the factory custom, and this one on the right is from Mattel, an official release. Now take a look at these two. It kind of looks similar because of the eyes. They almost look like the Thailand one is kind of like the China one because of how the eyes look. Now look at the mustache. This one, the China one, is a little bit more clear, whereas for the Thailand one, it looks a lot bit more, I don't know how to say it, like a lot more grainy. Now you can see the 36 and the sticker headlights are a lot more brighter than on the Mattel one. And you can see the shade of pink is a lot more brighter. I actually kind of like that because he's a lot more brighter in the movie. Now, of course, this one on the factory custom doesn't have white outline. Then on the release that Mattel did. Now you can see the axles on the wheels are big enough to reach in. Just like with all the other Gleekless models like this that were made from Thailand. Now look at the contingency sponsors. They're a lot grainy on the Thailand one than on the China one. Now you can see the wheels on the factory custom are a little bit more bigger. That's because this is not made from Mattel. It's actually made by the factory customizers. I think this one on the Thailand one is a lot bit more clear. Even on the back too. Than on the factory custom because you can't see anything in there, only inside the wheels. As you can see, the spoiler on the back of the factory customizer is white. And I think the reason why it's white is because I think the factory customizers were inspired by a prototype of Eugene Kabarovsky. Because when you look at the prototype of Eugene Kabarovsky on some back of car backs, you can see that it was supposed to be white, but even though in the movie it's supposed to be pink. So I actually got this one because I didn't like how it wasn't pink on the China factory custom. Now looking at the back here of the Tenko logo, it's a little bit more of the dark pink than on the China one, whereas it's a little bit more brighter. Now looking at the back, they're still the same. It's just that the back of the spoiler is white instead of pink. Now looking at the date he was made on the exact same date, just like with Ryan Shields. Maybe on the 186th day of 2024. So that's my review for these two right here. So you guys may have heard before during the beginning of the video, I did say I have 3 more surprises that I wanted to show you. Well, here's those 3 new surprises. I got a Mac Cars One Transport for the Supercharged series, an original Dinoco McQueen, and a Cars on the Road Lightning McQueen with the original expression. Now let's go ahead and box these 2 cars. Well, here are the other cars that I unboxed. Road Trip Lightning McQueen from Cars on the Road, an original one that came out in 2022. An original Dinoco Lightning McQueen Lost Crust. An original Cars 1 Piston Cup Racer. Cars 1 Check X. And a Cars 1 Lightning McQueen without the rusty spoiler. And a Max Transporter from the Supercharged series. I'm actually glad that I got these 5 because I want a regular Cars on the Road Trip Lightning McQueen because I didn't like how the expression that we have now is. I like how he is with just a regular smiling expression. And I'm glad I have identical Lightning McQueen and original one because when I was a kid, I remember getting Storm McQueen. And the missiles on him broke. And with Class Crocs, I do have a Thailand one, but it's really beat up. J Kicks, I really like it because I have a Vietnam that was in a 5-pack in 2020. But I play with him a lot, and it has some few marks. And I always wanted an original Cars 1 Lightning McQueen because I never got a China one, only a Thailand one, and a factory custom one. So I'm glad I have it. Whereas for the Mac Transporter, I'm actually glad that I have a different variation Mac. That's not just a regular one, but McQueen's Holler. And this one's actually really unique because if you push down on the top side, it actually turns into a ramp. And here's what it does. Elite rolls on the car. So I'm actually glad that I have all these 6 cars with me. So that's it for my review of this unboxing. The 2 new Piston Cup Racer I just unboxed, and with a few more surprises that I got. So thanks to you all for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.